So I'm not going to bring my family into a situation like that.
No, I get it. I'm just living. I live in a space where you said there's nothing my mother can do to make my significant other retaliate, and I disagree.
Not that I didn't say can make
That's
her
what you
not
said.
react. I said
Nothing that
my
my mother can
expectation.
do. That's what you said.
I said she's going to. I said she's going to respect my mother, meaning
Yeah.
you're not going to get up. You're not going to get up and put your hands on my mom.
No,
The same
I heard
way,
when you said that,
right?
but you also said there's nothing
No
that my
matter
mother
what,
can do to make her retaliate.
and I
Okay,
stand on
so
not.
therefore, so
She
let
can,
me
she's
ask
going,
this
she'll
question.
want to retaliate, but she's not going to retaliate because that's where we draw the line.
I hear you.
So let me ask you this. So if your
I just
mother,
disagree.
and your wife get into an argument, and your mother gets upset, and she turns around, she smacks the shit out of your wife. You expect your wife to take that
To just sit there and take it.
Hold on. Okay, so let me ask you something. When you got disciplined by your mother, did you stand there and take it?
I was a child.
As a child?
Hold on, I'm asking you a question. Period.
No, as a child.
As a child?
Yes, as a child. Yes.
Okay, so as an adult,
hell no. Because my mama don't put her hands on me as a grown adult.
You.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Candid Conversations. How y'all doing? We didn't see y'all last week, so this week should be fun. So let's get this party started. We're trying to keep this under 45 minutes, so let's say what we got to say and let's piece it out. Come. Hey, Pinky. Here comes your favorite firefighter, Mr. Davis.
Good evening, everybody. How you been? Miss y'all. Hope y'all missed us. It's gonna be a good conversation, I think. It's already brewing. So get ready.
He ain't miss y'all. Don't listen to that.
She want me to be the black sheep so bad.
Not the Pinky said, not the Birdman hand rub.
Pinky, I can't do nothing right. I can't do nothing right.
And y'all know we don't do nothing without the Deke. So come on, Mr. Deacon. Say a prayer for us today.
Yeah, because he fell away.
Let's start with the first thing. Let's do this, right? I called Kat's mom, and she told me if she needed to, she would lay her hands on Kat as an adult, and Kat bet not do anything else about it. So
I see where you're going. I see where you went.
She said she wished Kat would rail back as an adult.
My mama ain't doing nothing like that.
I think it was more about somebody else, mama or daddy, doing something.
Hey.
That ain't gonna happen.
Don't make Catherine come out of retirement.
Yeah, my daddy is the head of this family.
Yes,
your daddy better keep his hands to himself.
You're right. I agree with all parts.
He a straight snitch.
Don't make Evelina come, but don't make Evelina come from heaven to come see you, because she still don't play about hers.
You see what Pinky said, right?
Pinky always no, I ain't snitching. I'd ask a hypothetical question because Kat was up here talking real bold with all her chest the week before last. She was talking with all her chest.
And I do not like to defend her, but I will defend her on this one. It wasn't about just her mom. It was about somebody else's. It was the significant other.
Nope. Not in that segment right there, the question was your mom, and she said, and I said, had you had to take it from your mother? And she said, my mother better not.
Oh no, I get it. I get that, but that segment, that it didn't play out fully. It didn't play out fully. And I remember I answered to whereas, yeah, my daddy or my mama may be able to, come at me sideways, but not nobody else's. And then she agreed.
No, not to go for the. I will just say what Mama said. Mama said if she needed to, she will put Kyra in her place, and she won't Kyra. Think she gonna talk with all her chest then. And I said, Mama, calm on down. She got excited.
Down, Mama.
She got excited, like she was about to come beat her herself. She was like, no, I'll do it now.
Calm down, Mama. Calm down.
Whatever. Derek, this is what Derek does. Yeah, he ain't nothing but a snitch.
You was talking too much with your chest 2 weeks ago.
I can talk about chest, but I want to.
I need some confirmation. I just wanted confirmation.
Well, I ain't messing with that confirmation.
I ain't messing with y'all.
That's Derek. He's a troublemaker.
Yep.
Derek's a troublemaker.
All right, what we got going?
We got how y'all doing? Good evening, Darlene. As y'all can see at the bottom, it says a friend of Trump is no longer a friend of mine.
That is crazy.
I don't know if y'all been on social media, but it's a lot of people unfriending their friends because of who they voted for in this upcoming the upcoming election that just passed. Election.
I think he won up. I know people who are unfriending people because they didn't vote at all.
Well, they just stupid. So we decided to talk about it to see if y'all unfriending y'all friends because they voted for somebody that y'all didn't like, or how y'all feel about that situation. So Pinky says, I work with a Trump supporter and a Trump sympathizer. I can't take it. I just take a deep breath.
As you should.
And I advise nobody to talk to me about politics. Let's just keep that to ourselves. I don't think people should talk about politics amongst each other. I just don't think they should.
Amongst each other, where you mean at work?
Yeah, because it causes problems. It causes a bunch of issues.
It causes people to get erased and blocked.
I mean, well, you can draw that line. You can draw that line, about a lot of different topics. It's just what you're passionate about.
I think politics is a topic that shouldn't be discussed at work.
Mm-hmm. A lot of topics, but we very selective.
That type of conversation could just get out of hand, especially with the election, with the Harris and Trump election. I think that shit would have got out of hand because people be getting violent. Like, they be mad.
I get it.
They be up in there like, yo, mama.
I get it.
Exactly. It is like, yeah, that's just a topic that I don't think should be a discussion at work. But hi, Thomas. Thanks for being here. We so missed you. How you been, Thomas? So, how do y'all feel?
Video. Well, we gonna go on the video or we gonna go right in the dialogue?
It's whatever floats y'all boat today. I'm just here to. That's great. I'm happy you're marvelous.
So recently, in response to a meme that is going around, and that meme says, we shouldn't lose friendships over two guys who don't even know us, right? Or you've seen memes that say, we can disagree on politics and still be friends, not to let politics separate us. And I had responded to a friend of mine who had posted this on Facebook, and I said, for me, it's not that simple. For me, it's not about the two men that don't know me. It's about the policies that they represent. It's about the things that they plan to implement or the things that they plan to take away. And it's not politics, it's my livelihood. It's the things that are important to me, to my children, to my grandchildren, my friends, and my family. And so I had said, as a biracial woman, the things that Trump has said about Black people and his actions toward them for decades upon decades have been proven to be racist. Even today, you can take something just as subtle as the blacks, Black jobs, my blacks. Look at my blacks over there, right? Those are reminders of his attitude all the way back in the 70s when he got in trouble for not renting to Black people, right? This is a history that he has. So as a Black woman, I can't be friends with someone that supports someone who is racist, right? Someone who is actively that way. I mean, for goodness sake, he said that he still believes the Central Park Five is guilty despite being exonerated, despite DNA evidence that proves they're innocent. And those men that were boys at the time spent years upon years of their lives in prison. And he doesn't care, right? I have friends in my family. I have people in my family that are gay. I have people in my family that are gay and married with children. I have a person in my family who is trans. When you support someone that wants to pass legislation or take away laws that protect those people or me or my children, if you want to get rid of words in legislation and in grants that have to do with gender and gender awareness or diversity or equity or inclusion, then you cannot be my friend. And that's not a horrible thing. That's not me saying, oh, I don't like you because you support Trump. No. It's I can't be friends with you because you support a person who blatantly plans to cause harm to me, my family, and the people that I love. And so, no, I get to set that boundary. And it's not that you're a bad person. I'm not going to say that. We can be respectful acquaintances, right? But it's really, really simple. If you support things like that, and you might say, well, I don't see color and I don't see people as gay and I don't see whatever. Listen, if you're saying things like that, it means you don't see the entire person. It means you don't love the entire person. It means you're only willing to see the parts of them that don't make you uncomfortable. And that is conditional love. That is not unconditional love. And I get to determine if the way that you love is acceptable to me. And it's not. It's very simple. And so I had someone ask me the other day, well, how do you deal with family members who support Trump? And I said, well, why are they saying they support him? And she said, well, they're saying that he's a good Christian man and they're delusional. And I said, well, first of all, I wouldn't say they're delusional, right? Because the moment that you criticize someone or call them names, they're no longer listening to you. But I would meet them where they're at. I would simply pull up Galatians 5:22 and 23, which are the fruits of the Spirit. And I would say, so show me where Trump meets these standards. And here they are. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, and temperance. Those are the fruits of the Spirit. So for every Christian who says you support Donald Trump because he's a good Christian man, I would ask you, where in his speeches, where in his rhetoric, where in his policies, where do you see love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, and temperance? Because I can't find them anywhere.
Hey, all right. Hey.
So now we are back. I thought Derek was gonna cut it short, but
I had to get him this word. I had to give him the word. You can't cut it before you give out the word.
Oh Jesus! Wow.
Thank you. Thank you, Father.
That was a lot to suck in.
All right.
I'm so sorry, y'all. But who want to go first? Me, you, or you? Hey, cousins. I love you too. Okay. Thank you, Nix. Who want to go first?
You?
Why I always gotta go first?
I'm always going first. What are you talking about?
They always want me to go first because they want to pick on me, y'all. But
anyway, always make me go first.
That's facts.
It is not.
That's facts.
What? I'm always going first.
We'll go first.
No, you go first.
Okay, fine. Okay. I agree with what she was saying. I agree with the fact that if you believe in the things that a politician, not just Trump, but a politician, that if it affects your family in a negative way, if it affects your family in a negative way, and that person agrees with that politician's political views and the things that they want to implement going forward, then yeah, I'm going to look at you through the corner of my damn eyeball. Because if that's what you believe, then that's what you believe. But no, Thomas. But I don't have to deal with you on certain type of levels. Like, I'm not going to not speak to you because that's, I can be cordial. We could be associates. It could be a hi, bye, how you doing type of thing. But I'm going to look at you in a different type of way because for me, when you vote for something like that, or for a person that believes in the things that especially he wants to implement and the things that he's been saying, that's how you feel. And yeah, no, you can't. And I know how my life is, and I know how my kids are, and I know who my children are. Yeah, no, that's not going to work for me. And I am going to look at you sideways because if shit ever got thick, I already know what side you on. So you're not going to be out here trying to help one of my kids. You have your own agenda. So, yeah, we're going to be on opposing lines anyway. So there's no reason for us to really have a real friendship. But we could be cordial. You don't have to be friends with everybody. We could be associates. And I don't see nothing wrong with that.
So, but as associates, are they get invited to the barbecue?
No, they're not.
Okay. Just what the
associates don't come to the barbecues. No, they do not. But everybody has the right to do whatever. I'm not saying, oh, you don't have the right to vote. No, that's your choice. Everybody has their choice. You can't take somebody's choice for them. And you can't make somebody do something that they don't want to do. So that's your choice. That's your choice, and this is my choice. and I should be able to choose who I want in my life, in my family's life, around my kids, and things of that nature. So that's just how I felt about that. That's my opinion. But I get what she's saying. Next.
Deacon, you want to go or you want me to go?
Knock yourself out, brother.
All right. I would say this. I truly believe that people are being very biased and selective. Being very biased and selective. I'll get to it. Let me rock. Let me cook this up.
You want to stir the pot?
Not necessarily, but just to give, I'm a true believer. I'm a true believer in perspective and true respect to people's choices. I agree with you. I don't agree with some people's choices, but I agree that I will respect that you have a choice. And, you know, given that choice as an American, you have a right to vote for who you want to vote for. So that's first and foremost. You have a right to vote for who you want to vote for. I totally understand, because me being in the occupation, in the position that I'm in, I got friends from different economic backgrounds, different occupations on different levels. So their benefits are different. So maybe somebody who owns a business may look at things totally different from somebody who, just may, work at a job and they don't really understand business. So their conversation may be totally different. They may not understand politics in totality to know everything that goes into what that vote means, because I've been in conversations before to whereas even when President Obama was running, and you would ask certain people, what did you like about his platform, what he was running on? And they couldn't tell you. They were just voting because he was black. Not saying some people didn't know, but some people were voting just because he was black. So are you against the fact that some people may vote just because Trump is white? Could be. Or because they may gain some benefit from him favoring corporations, because he does favor corporations. He favors the top 1%. So those people in the top 1% and in corporations, they're going to vote for him so they can get the tax breaks. They may not be able to tell you anything else about what he's running on. They may hear it later. They may even see little glimpses and, bits and pieces along the way. But they want their bread. Understood. I don't have to agree with you, but I understand. When Trump was in office before, there was a lot of programs in the inner city that was cut. The SAFER grant was cut. Boys and Girls Club were cut. Women and children were cut. Minority businesses were cut. There's a lot of things were cut from the inner city, and I researched that myself. A lot of things from the inner city was cut as far as programs and grants. And if people don't know what the SAFER grant is, the SAFER grant is what helps employ your police and fire. So if they cut the SAFER grant, they cut benefits to your police and fire, meaning your municipalities, not desires, but their opportunities to hire more police and fire. because in the inner cities, we don't get as much of a tax, the benefits of tax like volunteer cities as far as police and fire. You know, volunteer cities, they're not hit as much as we are hit. I can go into that if anybody want to go into that on the side, but I won't do that now because that's not what this is about. But as far as me being friends with certain people, you're right to do that or vote for who you want to vote for is your right. You have that right as an American. I just think that it's selective when it comes to we can be friends with people who, like you said, who can be adulterers or murderers.
Who said that?
You said adulterers. We know people that cheat. We know people that sleep around, and we know people who do that. Correct? Some people do. Not saying we do, but some people do. Correct?
Facts.
Okay. The murderers, the drug dealers. You got people that you had drug dealers. Nino Brown. He handed out turkeys in the hood, and everybody lined up and was just so happy and took those turkeys on. So when it benefits us, we're fine with accepting. But when it doesn't benefit us, or when it goes against us, then we're against the rights of those people.
Come on.
They have the rights just as well as we have the rights. Do you think that Trump supporters didn't like your vote for Kamala Harris? Of course they did. Of course they didn't like it. I mean, so the same way, like I always say, the same time you calling somebody country because of what they got on, they may be calling you country for what you got on. Absolutely. It's just as simple as that.
But I don't think that's what she was saying about the rights. I don't think anybody is saying you don't have the right to vote for this person. Because you have
right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
The right to do whatever you want to do. Nobody can take that right from you. That's your choice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have a God-given right in America to vote for who you want to vote for.
Absolutely.
If you choose to defriend or not be friends with somebody because of who they voted for, because of their reasons may not be as detailed as what your reasons is. They might not even know as far as what this person's policies is, and they may be ignorant and need to research it more. But if you feel like you need to not be friends with them, maybe they wasn't your friends to begin with. Because I got friends that's Trump supporters, and we go at it and we converse and we talk about the policies and we go back and forth every day. I mean, we're friends. I mean, we don't go to each other's bar mitzvahs and cookouts, but we're cool. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna not be friends with this person because of who they voted for, because they're voting for their interests. And their interest is their interest, just the same as the people that line up to get the turkeys from the drug dealers. Simple as that. Go ahead, Deacon.
We are gathered here today.
Oh, Lord. Somebody get them.
Facts are facts. And I
got my communion.
I fully agree with everything. Most of the things
that is not wine.
I fully agree with most of the things that Brother Rochelle has spoken on. So I really don't need to jump to reinvent the wheel. We hear a lot of people who voted for Trump we hear a lot of people who didn't vote for Trump, who are the ones who are leading this campaign of canceling of friendships. But we don't hear it on the other side. As Rochelle said, where people who people who voted who are Trump supporters are not faulting you for being a uh, Kamala uh, supporter, because you have the freedom of speech, you have the freedom of choice. We are given choices every single day, and as like I said, not reinventing the wheel. Roshua said we know people who are imperfect, and we don't shut down our friendships because of their imperfections.
Well, it
Because I
depends.
respect you even despite your imperfections. When we sit and we speak on shutting down friendships because of the political choice they make, what I hear you saying is I don't respect you or your choices. And that Cordy what do you call it? The runner up award, what do you call them? That corny little participation award where we can still be civil or we can still be cool. Miss me with that, because it's a clear defining of showing the disrespect you show for me as a person, as a human being. Because just because I don't agree with you does not mean that we cannot be friends. I respect you and who you decide to vote for, or who you decide to sleep with, or who you decide to take a turkey from, or who you decide to take a bribe from, or who you decide to build a recreation center with funds from, or who you decide to take a donation from. I still respect you as that person, despite those things. But because you can't get with who I backed, but beyond that, it's a clear showing of being a sore loser, because your team lost. Now you're gonna take your ball and go home. I don't want to play with you no more because I lost. Like I said, at one of my shows, I said I'm not going to jump on this political train. What I will say is, any states that have turned red, I'm not going to spend my stimulus checks in their
I'm
states.
not gonna spend my stimulus checks there. I know that's right.
Like, don't expect me to bring my stimmy check to these states because I'm not going to.
But
Like,
they gonna take them stimulus checks.
I'm gonna be there for my stimmy. When it hit my account, I'm gonna be there. I'm
Now
gonna
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Deacon. All of the people that say that they ain't vote, they turning their back on whatever people who voted for Trump. You think they gonna take them stimulus checks?
every last one of them, and they're gonna spend it. I'm gonna spend it with an attitude.
Not Kyra. Kyra not gonna accept that.
Yes,
She
she is.
don't agree with Trump.
I don't know nothing about no stimmy checks.
No, when they come out, you gonna take it or you
I
gonna
don't
leave
know
it?
nothing about no stimmy checks.
No, I said when they do, you gonna take it or you gonna leave it?
I don't know nothing about them. I didn't get no stimmy checks the last time.
No, I said if they do, would you take it or would you leave it?
Saying, I didn't get no stimmy checks the last time they was giving out.
Okay, let me try this one more time. I'm gonna ask you one more time because I know what you're trying to do.
You're right. She's trying to get past it. We know what she's trying to do because
I'm not getting past that. I didn't receive anything. So how can I
so
give
I'm asking is,
not say no to if I never got any?
Okay, so I'm asking if they're going to give one to you. Like I'm giving one to you right now. You see my hands? I'm giving it to you right now. Would you accept it or would you not if this was from Trump?
It's not from Trump.
Okay, you're just being difficult now.
I'm not.
The Trump administration signs off on
the Trump administration didn't do the first checks. He didn't make up that law. He did not. He signed the checks. Yes,
right.
The checks were signed by Trump, but he didn't come up with that.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
You heard what I said. If the Trump administration was to cut you a check, would you accept it?
Yes.
Oh, now you're frozen? You're frozen?
No, I'm reading.
You're reading what Pink was saying.
I'm asking you a question.
And I'm answering it for her. She's going to take that check. And so what happened on the rest of America? every blue state, every person that voted for Harris, they are going to take their stimulus check. I'm telling you right now, I'm
I
going to
don't get
collect
the
my
stimulus check, so
I'm gonna
y'all may
collect my
get them, but
stimulus
I
check.
haven't gotten one. So when I
I'm
get
gonna
one,
collect.
and it hit my account, okay.
Right. When it hit my account, I'm gonna
When it
go
hit my
spend it.
account, okay.
I'm gonna go
But
spend it. I'm gonna do it just like we did it
has
then.
nothing to do with Trump. When if Trump sat there and he made that law and he was the one that was revving for that stimmy check to come out, and it ain't like you don't have to pay half of the shit that you get back anyway. But if that was the case,
we don't pay that back.
If that
we
only thing that man did was sign his name on the check or stamp his own.
That's fine. That's fine.
Make the check. But he
was
the one that
he could have vetoed it. He could have vetoed it to where you won't get nothing.
Who could have vetoed it?
He could have vetoed it. That's what a veto is. You ain't getting it.
So y'all could get something, because when I get something, we good.
And the second check, he the one that told the House, like, let's give these people some more money.
Oh, he did.
And let's be clear, I'm not a Trump supporter at all.
Oh, I thought
I'm not a Trump supporter at all. I just I understand the hypocrisy of people when they're biased to their likings, and I get it.
I'm not.
I ain't say you. I didn't say you.
It's things that he promotes, I don't agree with.
No, I didn't say you. I said it's people. Like I said.
And trust and believe, I don't like Harris either.
I get it. All I'm saying is
because I don't like
all I'm saying is we're
shut up.
All I'm
just owning people just for the fun of it.
all I'm saying is we're more critical to the people. We're more critical to the people that's not attached to us.
Exactly.
I mean, now, like I said, we'll know people in the hood to where, now the shooters come out and who's the shooters, who's the drug dealers, who's the this, who's the that, who's the that, and we're cool. We break bread. We giving daps and hugs.
It's cool up until the minute they say you got to pay it back. Oh, it's just gonna come out your income taxes. It's nothing. Y'all ain't gonna miss it.
I don't know. I'm somewhere else. I'm talking about, things that we favor. I mean, we favor
the things that they favor is they favor the money that they get now, and then they're not gonna favor him when they have to pay it back. Then it was
no. What I'm saying is the hypocrisy is we don't like the people who voted for Trump because it's going against some of the things that, we're accustomed to.
Why is it that you have to say they don't like them? Just because somebody chooses to disagree with you, it doesn't mean that I don't like you. It means that I disagree with you. And it also means that I may not fuck with you like that, but I'm not saying you're not a good person. Or if
you say we can't be friends, or
if you say a friend of Trump is not a friend of mine.
Your belief and my beliefs are two different beliefs. So how can you be friends? Okay, for instance, if he wants to abolish all these gay rights and this and that, how can you sit in my face and tell me that you my friend?
No, I get it. I'm not going against that.
When I'm sitting up here with a whole gay child.
I'm not going against that. I'm not going against that. What I'm saying is the ticket taper down here, it says a friend of Trump is no longer a friend of mine. And I said,
be a friend with them, but you can be an associate. You can still have a conversation.
Whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it. It's
friend of mine, because it's the definition of a friend for me is somebody that deals with me and my family.
Okay, it's a disassociation regardless, right? It's a disassociation.
Family.
Okay, it's a disassociation. Okay, I'll let you good. It's a disassociation regardless, right? To not associate myself with you as a friend.
I'm sorry.
Right?
I didn't hear you say that again.
I said it's a disassociation. I no longer associate myself with you as a friend.
Okay.
Okay. What I'm saying is, we know people who is brothers of, husbands of, parents of, shooters, drug dealers, whatever the case may be, and we're still their friends. What affects us directly? That's all I'm saying is we're very selective and we're biased. We will be friends with these people over there, but now because of a election, in which I'm a firm believer in, local elections affect you way more than presidential elections.
Come on now. Come on.
So we're sitting here disassociating ourselves with people who have a right to vote for who they want to vote for, which I'm, like I said, I'm not in agreement with. But they vote for who they want to vote for. But the people who affect our lives directly every day, we're still friends with them.
Mm-hmm.
It's hypocrisy.
Right.
It's a bias. It's selective.
I got 5.
Very selective. That's like you saying. That's like you saying I can't be friends with you because you Baptist and I'm apostolic.
What you say, Derek?
It's like saying that I can't be friends with somebody because they Baptist and I'm Catholic, or you Jewish and I'm Baptist, so we can't be friends.
You could be friends with whoever you want to be friends with, and that's a choice, right? Don't you choose who you want to be friends with?
Yeah.
Don't you choose who you want around your kids?
Yeah, but I have the right to call you out on hypocrisy.
You do make those choices, correct?
And I have a choice to call it out on hypocrisy.
So if someone chooses to say, I don't like certain things and I choose not to associate with you no more, ain't that their choice?
And I have a choice to call you out on hypocrisy.
You do. You have a right to do whatever you choose to do. And I
that's
have the right
all I'm saying.
either speak on it or not to speak on it.
And I'll have a problem with that. That's all I'm saying.
I have the choice to unfriend and friend and become friends with people.
100%.
All my choices. I have a choice of who I want around my kids and who I don't want around my kids.
100%. Nobody's saying that.
Who I let in my home and who I don't let into my home. Those are
100%.
choices. Everybody
100%.
has a choice. So I don't understand what the big deal is if somebody decides.
There's not a big deal. Nobody said it's a big deal.
People are saying it's a big deal because it's all over social media.
I'm talking about on this show. On this show, you know that we're gonna hold.
No, I'm just saying in general. I don't know
why
it's such a big deal because people are out. People are speaking out, saying, "Yes, I have unfriended people," or you guys see videos of people crying because their friend of 15 years is no longer their friend anymore.
But the difference is the difference between those arenas in this show. When you come to this show, we're gonna hold your fucking feet to the fire. We're gonna talk about it in totality.
But we're not talking about just us. We're talking about.
I get it. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Even if it was just a us conversation, I still got the right to say.
I get it. I get it. I get it.
And you very much have the right. You have the right.
I get it. I'm not just
hold my feet to anything. If I choose not to be friends with you because of the president, then so be it.
I get it. I get it. I'm not.
You like to fuck with married men, then so be it.
I get it, and I'm not disputing that. Okay, I get it, and I'm not disputing that. All I'm saying is, if you're going to be selective and you're going to be hypocritical, we're going to call it out. We're going to have the conversation because if you feel,
what am I being selective about?
I don't know. I'll let you finish, and then I'll go after you finish.
No, I want to go.
Because I'm like Derek, I'm usually the one where they like, oh, let her talk. Now every time I say something, I'm being cut off. I'll wait.
Oh, I'm cutting you off. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that.
Oh gosh.
Get the fuck out of here.
No matter.
Snatch that fucking wig off your head.
And you could be right about that, Thomas. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not putting the comments up.
Right, because I don't even know what you're talking about.
Because you focus, and I like it. I like it too. You focus.
I'm sorry, y'all.
But Garrett Deacon, I'm sorry.
I pretty much it's very selective, and you have every right to be selective who you put in, what energy you have around you, right? But I have every right to call you out on the selection. When we talk about racism, we talk about racism, we talk about nepotism, we talk about all these isms, right? But the fact of the matter is, when it's done on the other side, when we do reverse racism, when we vote for people just because they're black, it seems like that's okay. So long as you are the mind, long as you feel good about the decision you're making, everything's okay. But the moment someone else feels some type of way about your decision, then it's a problem. Now it's a selective. Now I have every right to do it, right? So then if a Caucasian person said, well, I have every right to be racist, then we up in a roar, we up in an uproar about it. When if we're going to talk about just being basic, decent human beings, that means there's a respect for all and respect for everybody, no matter what decisions they make. You still hold them to a certain respect as being a human being. And when we start talking about canceling folk just because of who they voted for, but then we don't turn around and cancel folk for lying, stealing, and cheating, which are basic are major snafus when we talk about the basic being a general good human being.
The morality, yes.
It's kind of crazy because I can lie, I can steal, I can cheat, and still be considered and still be your friend. But just because I voted for Trump, now I can't be. You don't see how that's crazy? You don't see how that comes together as.
So does it always have to be because you voted for Trump, or could it be because of his political views?
Your political views is still crazy.
Can I add on to something that Derek was saying? Just real quick, and you guys can have it back. The whole thing of and I get it. We're more attacked by systematic issues than anything else, which gives us more leeway to, let's say, we need to shop with our own. We need to be educated with our own. We need to, because we've been held back for so long. I mean, so when we say, it's like when we say, we are going to shop black, right?
Buying black.
There's an app called Black Wall Street.
Absolutely.
We're going to just shop black. But if a group of people came out online and said, we're just going to shop white, there'll be an uproar about that.
Yep, whole world.
Which I understand from the point of, it's been a shopping white forever, right? The systems that's in place is already white. I mean, so when we say these things, it gives us more leeway of, we're trying to catch up. We're trying to catch up. The reason why HBCUs were put in place because of the lack of, not because it was equal. I'm a part of the Bronze Heap, which is the International Association of Black Professional Firefighters, the New Jersey chapter, is the Paterson, New Jersey chapter. And we were put in place because of the lack of what was being available for our people in the city at a particular time, and some feel up into this time right now. I mean, so we're able to speak a certain way. We're able to voice our concerns because it's prevalent. It's what's supposed to happen. It's needed. But we can't just excuse some things on that side as far as the rights for them to say something or to feel how they feel too. I get it. I'm gonna be on the front line fighting with you. But because somebody want to vote for Trump, they can vote for whoever the hell they want to vote for.
They can. That's their choice. That's their
It's
business.
their right.
That's their right to. That's exactly right. They have the right to vote for whoever they want to vote for. No one is saying that nobody has a right to do that. Nobody. You do have a right, and everybody should use their right to vote any way they want to use it.
And if you're voting for your benefit,
If
you're voting for your benefit.
Voted for Harris, Trump, the independent, liberal. That's your business. You vote for what's in
What benefits you?
What you want to see come to play.
You vote for what benefits you.
Exactly.
And a lot of people that I know is in corporate America, and they vote for their tax breaks and what they want. They're business owners, and you know, they're in a different tax bracket, and that's what they're voting for. They want that bread. They want their privilege.
And that's not and that's their choice, and there's nothing wrong with that.
And what I told somebody, because somebody had jumped on a post that I made where I said, you know, have respect for somebody's right to vote, or, you know, for their political views, the same as you want somebody to have respect for your political views. And they jumped on there. Oh, I'm not gonna respect somebody who votes against what I like, and but you want them to respect your vote. You want them to respect your vote. You want them to respect, you know, how you vote and what your liking is. They feel that the Democrats is for what they for, and the Republicans is what they for. Each of us is voting for what we want to see and what to come into play. Exactly. I mean, so we're against them, they're against us. If you want respect, you got to give respect for them having a right, to be able to vote. And that's what I was trying to get somebody to understand, but they wanted to, I guess, view things from just how they see it, which I get it, and you can have that. I'm not going to go back and forth with you all day long. But what I told them is the election is over. Now, what you going to do? Because I remember the last time Trump won, we went right into action. Everything that was cut in the city, we went to work. When Boys and Girls Club was cut, we went and built that basketball court. A friend of mine in the PFA, they built the arcade room in Boys and Girls Club. Victor Cruz, he built and upgraded the swimming pools there. We went to work. We ain't just go online and complain. There's going to be a lack of resources because of what he's about. There's going to be a lack of resources. Now, what are you going to do? Public education, Derek is going to need help. There's going to be a lack of funding to the school systems. There's going to be a lack of this and a lack of that and a lack of that. Who's going to buy them pop-ups from Derek when he send them out? Because now they're not getting all of the funding that they need. Are you going to be one of the ones on the front line to help fund what we need funded? Or you just want to use Facebook just to tell everybody you mad? Because we went to work.
Was that to me?
They won. It's over. Election is over.
Was that to me?
Election is over. What we gonna do now? We're gonna need.
Is that question to me?
No, it's not just to you. It's just in general that the election is over. There's going to be a lack of funding to our community. What are we gonna do?
What we supposed to do?
Hold on. Let's read what Pinky said. Pinky just said what? It's been a lack of funding for
public education. To make it worse than what it is going to be horrible.
Okay, now let me ask this. Education for Patterson Public Schools. We live in Patterson. Patterson Public Schools, their annual funding is how much per year? Derek, is you here?
I'm here.
How much is Patterson Public Schools budget per year? Let's say last year. If you know, I know off the head.
Off the rip, I think it was a couple of mil.
A couple of mil. Patterson Public School System was 800 million. The budget was 800 million. I don't think the problem may be the lack of funding. Maybe how the funds are being distributed, or what type of plan we need put in place, or like now we getting new people in place to know how to budget this money. We got new commissioners. Maybe that's the reason, because if you got $800 million every year.
Well, hold on. Because correction, that 800 million also goes to
the employment.
No, charter schools. So
yes, but I think it was 80 million. 80 million went to charter schools last year.
Because charter schools are fully funded.
Yes, 80 million went to them last year. It is funded, not fully funded. It's federally funded, but the children that go to charter schools, that money follows them.
Right.
So I think it was 60 or 80 million went to charter schools last year. But point is, when you got 800 million every year consecutively, we have to start looking into where this money is going.
But that's what they do. But the difference is that when they say when they talk about making cuts, the actual cuts that they talk about making is not the money that they talk about saving. The cost savings is normally the people that have direct contact with the students, and not the people who are sitting in the office.
I couldn't, and even alongside with that, Derek, there was a raise in taxes recently.
Right.
My taxes went up. I live in Patterson. My taxes went up. So along with the 800 million, taxes went up as well to add to the levy. I mean, so we just can't say, you just can't say stuff like that. We have to actually understand and know how this thing works, how politics works. And that's my point. We got to know how politics work.
No lies told.
We got to read this stuff. I can't see it.
He says, sorry. Pinky says, if it's anything like my district, then it also goes to funding children that are out of the district as well, for them to go to other schools.
Yep.
Like you said, the charters,
kids, like our Patterson kids that go to tech, that money goes to tech. It goes
the
to
buses.
The buses, employment. That's why I said employment, all of that stuff. It goes into it. So, but the bus companies, who own the bus companies? How much how much is that contract? Like we have to open up all of those books. 800 million is a lot of money every year. That's why we got new commissioners in there now, I guess, so we can see if anything is going to change.
That's not really true. She said that's not really true, Sean, unless your school district asks for the city to up their part.
What's that? What's not really true? What's not really true?
I don't know. That's just what she said.
Get the typing.
Thomas says that's the way for money. 800 million, and the kids are still undereducated. He also says,
well, at the same time, because Kyra, you spoke, and I agree with you. Kyra, I agree with you 110%. Just the same as we expect everybody to show up at the polls and vote the way that they're supposed to. How many of us show up at the school board meetings?
Barely none.
How many show up at the council meetings? How many of us show up when we're supposed to show up at some of these places to know how this money is being dispersed?
Mm-hmm.
Your taxes going to
up. Your taxes going up, meaning more money for the school district.
no. What I said was the school board raised taxes. Wherever it went to. I don't know. But the school board is able to raise the taxes in the city, especially now that the city has control of Patterson Public Schools. So the school board did raise taxes.
They did.
This year, yes, they did.
They did raise
Yeah,
taxes.
the school board did raise taxes.
Yeah.
No, because my taxes went up. And I live up by Eastside Park, so my taxes.
They raised them damn taxes.
Damn right they raised them damn taxes.
They sure did raise them damn taxes.
They did.
Yes, sir. I think y'all got taxed twice.
We did get taxed twice. We got taxed by the school board and we got taxed by the city. Anytime, if I'm correct, anytime the city gets transitional aid, taxes come along with it.
Yeah.
But like I said to you, the same way that we expect people to show up at the election polls, are they showing up at the school board meetings?
No.
Are they showing up at the council meetings? No, it's hypocrisy. It's selective. We argue what we argue, and we feel the way we feel about our shit, but like all other stuff, until it land on my lawn, it ain't got nothing to do with me.
I feel like this about voting, and to me, the only time it's a big turnout at the polls is when it's the presidential election. That's the most you see people out voting. Anything else, ain't nobody at the polls. I could go vote and be in and out. Don't be a damn soul in me. I don't know what happened before, or what happened, or what happened after. I'm just talking about when I go, and I vote for every election. So, and
you know what's funny, cousin? You know what's funny?
You can tell by the numbers.
You know what's funny?
What?
You know what's funny? Sometimes they put certain things that's very, very important in those little voting lines. You ever notice that? Like, if it's something that is a part of our life, like remember the weed thing?
Yeah.
They had put that in one of the last one of the last elections. They put it right in there. If you want this, vote for this. But if you never go, you don't even know that that's there. So the people that do know that those line items are there, they're going to vote for that. You just don't know about it because you ain't going to vote.
You don't go to vote.
Right.
But there's line items along with just the candidates. It ain't just the candidates there. There's line items there that's to be voted on.
You right about that too, Pinky. Oh, she said that people don't even read their sample ballots.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And she said that you didn't say that at first. You said that your taxes went up at first. The taxes in our city keep going up, but the school board didn't raise what they received. They voted no at our school board meeting not to raise their part to show the families that it's not their fault the taxes are going up.
I'm sorry if I didn't, but I thought I said that the school board raised the taxes.
Pink, these are two different school boards.
What, is Pinky from Patterson?
No.
Then what are we talking about?
Right.
I'm gonna get out of here, girl. As far as I'm concerned, I remember that Patterson School Board raised taxes. I had a conversation with.
No, they did. They very much did.
No, they did. They raised the taxes.
So whatever Pinky talking about,
y'all got double tax that year. That year when they raised the taxes. When the school board raised the taxes, it was double tax.
The city did as well. Yeah.
Yeah, the city.
So I don't know what Pinky talking about. Pinky talking about another city.
When the school board raised the taxes.
You're on the wrong podcast, Pinky.
That's because we from Patterson. So I don't know where she's from, but every school board runs differently and they vote differently.
But she can't be answering, calling me saying I'm wrong if she came from Patterson.
She was like, oh, my bad.
You know when you say Sean wrong, everybody gonna be like, "Yep, that's right, Sean wrong. You wrong, Sean." You can't be doing that. And then when my lawn get fucked up, then I'm gonna send you the bill.
So they already thinking on it.
Bullshit. Ain't nobody gonna mess your lawn up no more.
You said no more.
Yeah, I ain't gonna do that.
Nah, no way.
But I never said my bad. I was saying that with the example of mine. Never said we were in the same city.
Well, Patterson School Board raised the taxes. Patterson School Board raised the taxes.
She was just giving examples.
I mean, your example don't work here. Patterson School Board raised the taxes.
Your example don't work here.
I got my receipt. So whatever works for whoever else.
It's a city thing.
Yeah. Patterson has control of Patterson Public Schools now.
And that's every city. Every city runs their city the way they choose to run their city.
Yeah.
Whether it's right, wrong, or indifferent, that's how they choose to run their city. So it is what it is, and it is what it do. But
there you go. It is what it is, and it do what it do.
What? How long we been up here?
Yeah.
Longer than 45 minutes.
I love my saying, okay. But just like the thing said, a friend of Trump's is no longer a friend of mine.
It is what it is, and it do what it do.
It is what it is, and it do what it do. Unfortunately, it's certain beliefs that I have that don't align with Mr. Trump. So
same here.
It is what it is, and it do what it do. And I'm going to definitely, you can't come to my house. You can't be around my kids. You can't come to my cookout. But I will be cordial and say, hey, what's up? That's it. That's what you get from me.
She said you ain't want
I can't have you around me. Sorry. But then again, I choose not to sow politics with my friends. I choose not to sow politics with a lot of people because I know me. If I will unfriend you if I stop talking to a friend that because I felt as though something was, I didn't agree with something that she did, and so it said a lot about her character. So I chose to not dissociate myself, but just fuck with you from afar because that ain't what we do over here. That's why I don't talk things with my friends because I know me, and I will act like you don't exist sometimes. So
she said sometimes. You don't.
So it is what it is, and that's what it do. I don't want none of that rubbing off on me. I'm sorry. They do need to get rid of the board of education. Thomas said, "Get rid of the board of education."
I'm about to, and then you're gonna see how that work out for you.
Right.
You know, Sean get happy when he serve me and hand rub.
To get rid
She
of
said
the
you do the Birdman hand rub. Remember when he was on? What was that? The Breakfast Club, and he went to check Charlotte's name.
Because of Pinky, every show now I'm gonna be just like this. Just like this, every show. I don't even think about it. I thought I'd be like this every show.
Shit, it don't matter. That don't matter. They gonna get their money. Come look a snook. All
right, I'm out.
I think that people, y'all have y'all right to choose whatever, but y'all should also, choose some people in some of these other elections, like the school board and and things of that nature. Stuff that really matters.
Now that's the reason.
Your state.
That's a reason to stop being somebody's friend. School board elections should be a reason to disown somebody.
Because it's direct.
Right.
Yeah, we love the kids.
Because
And we want y'all to love the kids.
When people make decisions that directly affect your children, that's when you should say, all right, now we got a problem.
Yes.
But that's not what we're doing. We over here fighting, like the first lady said, we fighting over beefing over people who don't know us directly, and we're not beefing over people who know us. We see them at the supermarket, we see them at Super, we see them at
hugging them and taking pictures and kissing them on the cheek.
But you ain't beefing over them and who voted for them. There's no reason why Nikema Redmond should not be sitting in that seat. But we're not beefing over that, and we're not in an uproar over that. Like we gained Corey Teague back as an advocate for our children.
I did not mean to say that out loud.
You did. But at the end of the day, I'm not talking about personalities here. I'm talking about people with proven records that advocate for children.
I'm just saying, really, y'all? Let me shut up.
I'm talking about the people who advocated for children, who their proven record for advocating for children. And when you have people that advocate for children, they belong with a seat on the board.
Yeah,
but those are the seats that we lose.
Advocated for. He ain't never advocated. I ain't never seen that man advocate for a kid.
Are you serious? He's a very strong advocate, especially for education, for special education.
I haven't never seen that. All I see him is.
Just because you haven't seen it, don't mean it's not being done.
I haven't.
Well, she said haven't never. So you ain't an advocate for education anyway. Because ain't no
All right.
I see him.
We had an hour and 11 minutes. I want to thank everybody for coming out.
I follow him, so I see the stuff that he puts out there, and I haven't seen that.
You don't even know what I've said, and it's okay.
When he sat on the school board,
I'm telling you, I haven't seen it. If I see it, then I can say okay. But if I haven't seen it, I'm not going to change my side and say, "Oh, I've seen it," because I haven't seen it.
All right. But it doesn't mean it's been done.
I just say what I say. Thank you. It's like if I say something and if I say I haven't seen something, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. And I follow this man and I haven't seen it. But I can tell you what I have seen.
If you go, but have you did research? Because if you go into the board minutes when he was actually, let me finish. If you go into the board minutes when he actually sat on the board, you will see. I don't know why I have to send it to him when you can go get it yourself.
You can send it to me. You can also send it to me. Since you know exactly what it is.
I don't think you don't want speaking against something. You don't want speaking against something.
What I said was I never seen it.
That's speaking against. That's speaking against. That's what speaking against.
That's speaking my truth.
No, that's speaking against something I said because your truth is actually incorrect, and you could have been quiet.
Could be wrong.
You could have remained quiet, but you chose not to.
I'm speaking my truth, and I said what I said. I'm not going to say
but that's what I'm saying.
I said
exactly. You can't.
I didn't say anything.
But your truth could actually be a lie, Kyra.
Bad about that man. I just said I don't see it.
Right,
now, but if
you haven't looked,
like if he said no, I didn't read this, and I sent it to him. I sent it to him so he could research it because I had it. I knew where it was, so I sent it to him.
All right, but the point of the matter is, if you haven't seen something but you're not looking, that means your eyes are closed. So if somebody can close their eyes. Hold on. Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point.
Open.
No, they're not. That's the point. That's the point. Your eyes aren't open.
Anyway, y'all, if y'all want to hear us argue, then we can argue. But it's over an hour, and I'm ready to go.
I've been ready to go.
So
that's what we doing.
Night. Thank y'all for joining Candid Conversations. Look out for the throwbacks. Look out for the giveaways. We'll see y'all next week, Tuesday, same time, same place.